Maybe he's still alive.
Dude, what?
Oh no.
How is he still alive?
ಈಗ ನಾಣಿ నేను చెప్పాను కదా సూతి మనంత గాలి కూడా దూరకుండా చేస్తే ಈಗ ఎక్కడిచ్చునో.
No, no. He's gonna remember that she did it.
Oh no, he's gonna go after her.
No, he's gonna go after.
Oh, come on. And they think he's dead.
రేపట్లో ఒక డబ్బు కట్టకపోతే వాళ్ళు కోర్టుకెళ్తారా? ముందు దాని గురించి ఆలోచించు. నువ్వేం మాట్లాడుతున్నావురా? అందుకని ఆత్మహత్య చేసుకుని చచ్చిపోతావా?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh.
What is he gonna do now then?
He has snapped. Dude, he snapped completely.
Yeah.
What the heck? He's like the ultimate villain. Oh my gosh, man.
కానీ నన్ను చంపాలనుకున్న వాళ్ళు ఎవరై ఉంటారు బిందు?
Oh no.
ప్రతిసారి వచ్చినట్టు
My heart is racing, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh man, yuck.
Man, this is out of control good.
Wow, those shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those slow
Seriously.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, where did
He's-
Bindu go?
He's absolutely lost it. She's probably out of the building by now.
Yeah, she ran away. Oh my.
Yo.
Ooh. Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
This is the scene from the trailer, I think.
Ugh.
A magnet.
20 రోజులు నాకు దొరకకుండా నన్ను ఏడిపించి
20 days only. Oh. No.
ఇప్పుడు చూడు ఎంత బాగా ఎగురుతుందో.
He's coming up with a plan.
You got this, Nani. Just jump.
Come on, man.
I love how smart he is, man. You even saw it in the beginning of the movie with the satellite.
I was laughing.
He's such a good bad guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Dude. Wow.
Oh. What?
Not expecting that.
Love, dude. Oh man. Man. Wow. Sacrificed his life to save her.
Shall we go? Come on, babe. Look at me.
ಎಂದು ಜೋಲಿಗೆ ರಾವತ್ತು
Oh, what?
He's back as another fly.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And now he's like her silent protector.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. Wow. Dude, this movie blew me away.
I know, man. This is amazing.
Look at those dance moves.
We are watching flies dance, and it's amazingly victorious.
This is the best dance number I've seen yet.
ఇదిగోండి థ్యాంక్స్ మీకేం కావాలండి
No way.
Oh, what?
చెప్పాను కదండి నమ్మడానికి కష్టంగా ఉంటుందని
He believes.
ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్
Oh my goodness.
That is hilarious.
Wow, man. All right. Man.
Take these
Oh
off 'cause-
man.
Oh.
Dude.
Okay, I was so pleasantly surprised. That movie, I mean, some of you guys left comments like,
My ears.
you have to watch it, it's so good. And,
I mean,
man, I'm glad we watched it because it's...
to start, it was so great to see. There were a lot of shots or different kinds of style things that SS Rajamouli, like we've seen in his other movies.
Mm-hmm.
So to see kind of the origin of that,
Yeah.
and to see how he utilized the tools that he had to make this movie and the genius way that it was told. You know, when you initially hear the story idea, it's not really supposed to... It's very questionable if it's going to work or not. And somehow it did. And it was this beautiful love story.
Tragic.
It's tragic. It's completely tragic. But it's, you know, there's sacrificial love in there. There's divine justice. I mean, talk about... Oh, man. It's definitely the more grounded... I think this is the first one that we've seen that's more grounded in like real life, the day to day. Yet you make
Real life.
reincarnation with the housefly and epic battles at a microscopic level. It's quite
Genius.
Hats off to that villain, man.
Sudeep.
Oh
Sudeep, yeah.
Sudeep.
So deep.
Yeah.
He was great.
Sudeep, yeah, like
That actor, man.
he was the majority of the film of his
Right.
suffering and
Yeah.
and it was. I mean,
Yeah,
he
if he
did a
doesn't pull that
spectacular
off.
job. Yeah, if he didn't pull it off, it just
It
wouldn't have
doesn't
worked.
work. Nope.
Half of the whole experience was his performance, right? Because the fly was just
It wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't
Like,
there.
that has to get added in post.
yeah. So
I'm floored, man.
Yeah.
I'm wonderfully exhausted.
Yeah.
I didn't know where anything was going.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like that message of, you know, even when he's gone, he'll always be there for her.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
even in the next life. So obviously, this is a very hyperbolized version of that, as him
Yeah.
coming back as flies every single time to protect her. But it's something like that. So, you know, even having a little piece of the fly and like now making that necklace, like it's better to always have that memory of the person instead of trying to just forget them immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a message of divine justice, and then also, you know, that even when you lose someone, they're never really gone.
Yeah.
That true love never dies.
Yeah.
yeah. I
It's
think
such a profound theme in the most ridiculous kind of way to tell it. Except it, I mean, at first, when you
it seems ridiculous, right?
before you see it, it seems ridiculous. But now that we've been through the journey,
So clever, man.
it's beautifully poetic. Absolutely poetic. And how about this? The thief who redeems himself, he thinks she's talking about him.
Yeah.
And Nani is not killing him because he's actually doing good. Like, he's not trying to hurt her or take
Well,
advantage of her.
It's also, I think, you know, he's obviously protecting her, but he also, I feel like the way Nani was with Bindu is kind of like a standard that he placed, and until she meets that person, you know, unless she
He'll always
doesn't,
be there
unless she
to
never
protect
does,
her.
right? He'll always be there, or the remembrance of him. So you're right; it's a very way to personify remembering someone or that love. Man, it was just like,
I love the detail that they added at the beginning of him being so intelligent. Just by the way that he looked at like down below and he saw the different materials he could use, and he went down, grabbed the aluminum foil and the flashlight, and he put it on the dish, and he put the flashlight there, and it showed that he was intelligent, that it's something that he's good at, is just like seeing things and putting them together. And so him as a fly doing it isn't out of nowhere. It isn't just, he's not just like smart all of a sudden. He is intelligent, and he is inventive.
And even the dance numbers, he's agile. He can jump and leap like he's a human, you know. So even the physical component of working out and getting stronger as a fly wasn't too much for the imagination to suspend reality for this duration of this story. It's so well done. I'm so impressed by this.
And even the CGI too didn't take me out of it. Like, it was actually really good. I was worried when we watched the trailer, but I think it was just the resolution of the actual like trailer.
And also so much of this movie,
it's really great.
Like, you have to have like a certain, because most of the time there's certain like effects. I mean, not counting like an Avatar Way of Water, but like sometimes the effects are certain moments, certain shots specifically, not all the time. But he was in the whole movie.
Right.
EEGA was in the whole thing. So to be able to like have that many shots in such a long period of time to tell a story is impressive.
Super impressive.
And like, how did they film it too to be able to make it in the fly's perspective? Like, if you look at all the shots and stuff, like imagine the camera just having to move around like that. That must have been very tricky to film.
It's genius,
but
man.
also fun.
You have to visualize that beforehand, and I do feel like SS Rajamouli is a very visionary director with the way he sees things, and again, visuals, you could pause it, and there's very definitive like moments that I'm sure he thought through, or whoever his director of photography was, like there's definitely a thought out process with it. The one part I was not expecting was Bindu to find out so early, and for them to be working together like that, to me, or that they take the more cliche route, which is that she doesn't believe it, and then he has to convince her.
Pretty convincing when a fly writes.
But then to go right away and to write it and for her to believe it is great. But
it's the thrill, right? I talked a little bit about how Top Gun Maverick here in the States gives you that thrill of the movies, the theatrical experience, and SS Rajamouli has the ability to thrill us with this story that is shot almost like an animated film. I wonder if I don't know much more about his story as far as his history as a filmmaker. I wonder if he ever worked on an animated film but the shots were so specifically done, and the way he would rack focus from the fly to the real world as he's like on a truck, and like when he was transporting the gunpowder.
Yeah, the editing.
The editing is just by far one of the best I've ever seen. I mean, it's just masterfully done. I can't, and I'll be honest, like if we would have watched this in the theaters, before the bigger epics came, like I think you walk out of a movie like this and you wonder, oh my gosh, what is next
what is he gonna do next?
Yeah, because if you could do this,
man,
somebody give him a bigger budget, he's gonna do something remarkable.
And
yeah, exactly.
And Bahubali.
Like, this came out of me.
But I mean, that's why visually a movie like RRR is just, it takes your breath away. Yeah. The stunts, the dancing, the cinematography, and you see the fundamentals in this movie.
The genius of
and the performances. I mean, we got to go back to that because, my goodness, Sudeep, but Bindu, she was fantastic.
Her eyes, her stillness,
she grounded us in a reality that, again, if you read this on the paper before seeing the movie, it's like, how, but man. She really, and I loved how when she finally had the chance to live by his side, although he was a fly, she didn't hold back. She used all of her craft, all of who she was to help him find vengeance, to give this guy a taste of his own medicine. It got dark.
Yeah.
That witchcraft sequence. What did you guys think?
Yeah, it was very dark. It took a dark turn.
Yeah,
for
I got
sure.
a little worried at that point because I'm like, oh, really? I really wasn't. I was hoping it wouldn't go in that direction, but
It kind of
I-
just shows. Yeah.
go ahead. No, I'd like you're probably gonna say it does show that doesn't work. Makes things worse.
Yeah, there's the divine justice element, but it's also very in his character to do something like that.
Well, because of how mad he grew, because of what was happening to him, he was like so desperate. He went on to the other side, and that didn't work. It was like just this whole
It defined
whole
his-
miracle happening that was inexplainable, and basically he was done for. And he did anything he could to stop it, but it really just brought him to his own demise faster. So
Yeah.
It reminded me of how they were. Sorry, were you going to say something?
Yeah, no, that it defined where his character stood.
Yeah, he had no moral code or
None.
anything. He just, I mean, to the point where again he had so much money, he thought, I mean, he could do anything and he could get away with anything, and then we slowly see his world start to crumble. So
Yeah,
it
and-
did feel. I mean, it was like, again, divine justice. It felt good to see that, to see him slowly be his own demise. You know, I mean, at the end, yes, Nani shot him, but in a strange way, it was his own doing. You know, he was the one that lit the fire, and yeah, it's so poetic and compelling. But
I have to say the witchcraft part, it shook me to a deeper level, which I welcomed. I received it, and then I was reminded of the image of them at the church. They were kneeling down, and it was flirtatious and it was beautiful. But there was, for a brief moment, there was a blessing there, and she would also go to the Hindu temple and ask for blessing there. So their love was blessed. They never got to get married. They were robbed of that. And he had already declared his love for her and to be her life partner. She was about to do the same, and she was robbed of that opportunity. But they had a chance to bless that love, and I think
just that,
no power of evil can overcome
right,
that.
no power of
no
evil can-
death, nothing. And I love that that element of that thematic element is there. It's profound. I mean, it's a movie about a guy who gets reincarnated as a fly, and it's so profound.
Seems like the most hopeless creature.
Yeah.
Aside from like a worm, because at least flies can fly.
Mm.
But it does seem like such an insignificant creature, and to be brought to that state of being reborn through like such a insignificant, creature, and then you're able to be a protector. And I think the love he felt was strong enough to help him, do impossible things.
yeah,
I love the character introductions. I think those were great. They did a great job introducing them quickly. That was genius. And I do love the way that it was, a story of a father telling his child this fun story.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of the best bedtime stories you could ever hear.
And I think that relationship between the two, I think it was beautiful. I think there was this special bond, and the perseverance and the patience and the persistence. It wasn't something that was like, oh, okay, she doesn't like me, I'm gonna move on. Like, there really was this
Pursuit of
affinity of the pursuit. Yes, like the strength of that pursuit, the strength of that love that goes beyond life. So I loved it.
Yeah, no, and I even feel like him being a fly and almost following him around is also symbolizes, when you do something like kill somebody, that will stick around with you for a bit. So, yeah, I could imagine it would. That's kind of what it does when you do something that horrible. So it is this, as it is usually with SS Rajamouli movies. There's a lot of different layers to things. Again, you read the log line of this movie, and it seems so simple and so, at first glance, at first judgment,
Strange.
ridiculous and strange. But the more you dive in, it's clever. It's so great.
It's strange because we've seen movies where there's insects and things like that, and it tends to look more digitized than like the special effects they use for the insect usually overpowers the realism that's going on around them. And he did such a masterful job at kind of merging both, where you really felt like unless it was like those close-ups.
Right.
You really felt like you were in that room and that he truly was on the same like playing field, the same level as the humans. Like I said, except for those close-ups where you kind of have to, go a little bit towards in that direction. But I was so impressed.
Yeah, man, absolutely terrific.
He is a master.
Yeah. This is one of those that would give a standing ovation, but
It
would
can't
look
stand.
And it just I think makes me extra happy, and I'm sure you guys all agree, like to see where him and I'm sure his team have progressed. I mean, seeing them at the Golden Globes and just seeing them all together at a table, and seeing just like all of it is just it's really surreal, and it's so great to see that. And I think to go back to this, and I wonder if he had any movies before this. We'd have to research.
yeah, there's I think
a couple,
two or
more,
three movies
but-
before this we saw. I think when we did it.
But to see that journey and sometimes go back is great because you really get to analyze and appreciate the whole journey that sometimes that creators, the filmmakers take sometimes to see the origin and the things that because there is some like movements that I remember sort of seeing in Bahubali or RRR, which when you think about it in terms of timeline, that stuff is a nod to stuff in the past. So it's just great, and I think over time he probably just continued to try new things and lean into his style, into his vision, and to the way that he views things and likes to tell stories. And it's just
Seems
I'm
like his
grateful.
ideas have no limit, right?
Yeah,
Like, there's no limitation to his imagination and the things he sees in a story, and he just makes it happen. It's very inspiring.
it's wonderful.
Very inspiring.
It's
Yes.
very inspiring, and we're just grateful that we've been exposed to it, that we've been able to witness it, that you guys have, told us to watch these, and you guys got us into these movies because it truly has, like we were saying, inspired us, motivated us, affected us creatively. I know we all have agreed that we'd love to work with SS
That would
Rajamouli in
be
some way.
so-
Yes.
It's quite epic.
And also no idea, like, just really think about an idea, like at first glance, like you said, the log line could be like, how is that gonna work? But if you really do like flush it out and find the potential in it and just have fun making it, it can turn out to be really great.
Yeah, if you believe in a story enough and you dedicate it, it can actually work
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
way well. And now it's like, what is
Anything's
next?
possible.
Like at this point, where is he going? And I can't wait to see what that is. I can't wait to see. Maybe if you guys know what's next for SS Rajamouli,
Yeah,
and
what's
we'd love to
coming up.
hear. Maybe we'll do some more research on our end. But man, what a terrific movie.
Right,
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for recommending this movie and for getting us to watch this. We've really enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoyed this reaction and watching it along with us. If you'd like what we're doing here on this channel, you guys can check out our Patreon down below in the link in the description or this card up above, where you guys can get access to those uncut reactions or just, support us and support what we're doing here on this channel. Right now, our goal is to hire an editor so that we can get more reactions out your way and just be more consistent so we can balance our work as actors and artists in the film industry and our reactions on this channel. But regardless, you being here today means a lot. So thank you. Go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video. Have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.
Bye.